I'd like to say something about value systems. Value systems are the core code of honor of a human being. Your value system is the arrangement of all of your consciously chosen values that you want to live by. Every spiritual tradition has some sort of way of organizing values and living them. And that codification of those values becomes the sort of like the philosophy, the main philosophy of the religion or the worldview. And so if you are living within a worldview and you haven't consciously chosen a set of values, a set of values is running inside your mind and you are living it. And these values you didn't choose, you were conditioned into them. And so they're like the mind is a self-organizing system. So it's sort of through life, it gets organized in a certain way, and then that's how you see the world. You see the world through the conceptual arrangement inside your mind. And the conceptual arrangement is how all these values and beliefs are organized in your mind. And so society has programmed us all with a set of beliefs and values through the school system, through the religious systems, through the family systems. And then at some point you have to examine them yourself, because before you didn't consciously choose them, and now at some point you have to do that and re-examine your whole philosophy and then choose what you want to participate in. And with my own work, it's been looking at mapping value systems, but looking at a universal business structure, a whole bunch of words that we use to organize our business systems, and placing those words on circles in places in a pattern that you can use to organize any job, any organization, and any community. And they're sort of stacked on top of one another, they're layered, they're fractaled. So when you go into one, you go the next level down, you have the same shape. And the shape has 9 circles with 1 circle in the middle. So it's using the universal 9 as the sum total of numbers, with a 0 kind of in the middle. And words are placed on this map. And these words are representative of business words. So you have fields, you have resources, you have jobs, you have activities, you have products, you have relationships, you have paths, you have strategies, you have agreements, you have conversations. And this is just one basic map that you can use to structure the information to look at any job or any business. So it's like taking from the thousands of words available and just choosing 10 of them. And they're very simple words, but they organize so much. And then what you do is you place a value on top of each word. So you can have cooperation at field, or simplicity at resources, or you can have wealth at resources, or you can have accountability at resources. You place one value to each word, so you have 10 values on 10 words. And so if you have passion at strategies, it's very different from passion at job. And if you have passion at strategies, it's very different from peace at strategies. So what we're doing is we're looking at values as being like energetic conduits of intention, and that you choose which particular value you want, and that's what distinguishes you from people. but you're still sharing the same universal business language that we are all using. So it gives the diversity of your own choice of values, and then the unity of the choice of business words. So the idea being that with that, you can make a conscious value system. The world needs an ethical business system and practice. It's our business systems that have gone crazy. It's our business systems that are corrupt. So we need new ways to bring in transparent business practices that are using the new technologies where the people get to control the currency. That's the ball game in town. It's these national corporations that control the currencies for the country, or some group controls the currencies, and then they just bankrupt the country. It's just a big thievery. And so we have to look at that very seriously. And you know, you may look at why I'm wearing this. And we have to get past our stereotypes. We have to get past our agendas, our biases, our complete attachment to the worldview we're within. And that means looking at the fringes. That means giving credibility to other worldviews, other people who may have a more accurate viewpoint of reality than you. And they may look funny, they may look different. But we need to listen to one another. And part of what I'm doing within the School of Conscious Communication and within these videos is I want to put forward something very, very different. But at some point, if you pay attention, you're going to realize there's something within here. But it doesn't always come from first notice. You have to spend some time to pay attention. And the value system is the gold here. With all the research of everything, at least personally, I've come across and done, creating a conscious value system, I think, is the most important gift that can come through whatever I'm doing. So for all of the tools and all of the maps, 20 years of research, creating a conscious value system, I think has the most value for anybody. Because essentially you're going to the universe or God or Jesus or whoever or whatever, creator, goddess, the higher being that you give words to and energy. You say, I want to live this way. I want to live with love. I want to live with gratitude. I want to live with humility. I want to live with passion. This is very different from I want to live with killing people, or I want to take from people, or I want to steal from people. You know, who wants to value that? So I believe we're here for spiritual realization. That's the game in town. Everything else is a distraction. Everything else is an illusion. And when you learn that, then you're doing it within your worldview, whether Jewish or Christian or Muslim or Hindu or Buddhist, or you're doing it on your own without any word, you're just connecting on your own, or you don't believe it exists. But for the people that know it exists, we need to work together for higher aims, higher than national and religious dogma and attachment. Because most of those systems have been put to put oppression on the people and control on the people. You can't say they're really there for the self-realization or enlightenment of the individual or the collective. But now, we're all here. We're all on this communication device. And if you're on a path, to me, of spiritual development, you have to have some side of you that is looking at the good of the species, that is looking at higher love for the species. And we need to connect, all of us, to create the new systems, to create the new paradigm, to create the replacement system for what is now dying. And a value system is a way to start that. And that's, to me, why it's important. And if you agree with that, contact me and let's have a little chat.